All right, so Billboard dropped an article. I'm not sure if you saw this. Um, but the article was basically people are a little bit worried. They said that music executives tell Billboard that they are worried and depressed as
Yeah,
the
that's
industry struggles to find big artist breakthroughs, noting Olivia Rodrigo and Ice Spice as the last recently successful ones. Nobody knows how to break music right now. Each person I talk to in the industry is more depressed about this than the person I talked to them before. And that's the issue. I mean, right now, there really isn't any superstars. So I wanted to
yeah,
ask you, who do you think are the next upcoming stars that we have for the 2020s? And then also, why do you think this is? I think TikTok is a big part of it,
yeah,
social media and how music and streaming and blah, 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 blah. But what do
yeah.
you think?
I mean, these people are depressed because they can't find a new artist. I'm
Oh,
depressed because I
the
can't get a
milk.
job. I can't I can't get a job from any of these people. Yeah, the A&R is just different than what it used to be and how they're using artists, and like they only have themselves to blame. Like they're
Mhm,
not finding artists and cultivating them the way that they used to. Obviously, there's so
mhm,
many different reasons why. There's so
mhm.
much music out there. We know too much about artists now, so there's no mystery of like, ooh, what's that person like? Because now artist
Yeah.
says one of their opinions, and it's like, oh, fuck them. Back then, you would not have known they thought like that.
Yeah.
So who do I think? I think you have to be like to be a huge star, someone who can do both singing and rapping.
Mhm.
If you're gonna do it in like the hip hop genre, so I think someone like Doechii. I'm really excited for her album
Oh, she's
because
incredible. Oh my goodness.
I think she makes like she has so many songs where I'm like the chorus is so catchy. I'm like I feel like I've heard this before. Like it's
Mhm,
so good that it feels like I've heard it like when I was growing up. Like
mhm,
she has that song with SZA, that marijuana is so good. It's just
mhm,
really good. So that off the top of my head, her.
mhm.
Let me think who else.
That was a good pick.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't think she's as mainstream as she should be, but hopefully she will. If
she's
Doja can do it, she should be able to.
yeah, she
She
hasn't
is
dropped the album
incredible.
yet.
Mhm.
And we haven't discussed it with TDE. Boy, what are they doing? You
Oh,
see that Reason thing I sent you? They're roasting the president's roasting Reason.
Imma be honest, I
Fuck was
didn't wanna
that,
watch it. I didn't wanna
bro?
support
It
that,
was
but it was
so
bad, wasn't
mean.
it? Yeah.
It was. They're just. It's a shitty label. They don't drop
Yeah.
music. They don't. So we were talking to Reed Starks about this, who was our interview for next week, and
Mhm,
talking about how sometimes labels don't get creative control. And I think that's
mhm.
why Dreamville is so amazing, is because you can just tell the artist has full creative control.
Yeah.
Like Cole's not gonna rap about how Hove put him into like the Stargate, which is like where they make you write like songs, and that's where
Mhm.
Workout came from. He's not
Yeah.
gonna complain about all that, then tell JID, yeah, we're not dropping this album. It doesn't have a hit.
Mm.
Like he knows what happened. And TDE, man, like this Doechii album, I hope it comes out and it's good because she deserves it. Trying to think
Hey,
who else.
listen to this.
Travis.
Listen to this.
Uh,
Let me push back on you real quick. Yes, you're right. I think Dreamville and specifically J. Cole, this adds on to his GOAT status of how he's managing Dreamville, and there is a lot of creative expression. But if I told you which label do you think sells more or was more relatively popular or just sales or get or income wise, I think it has to be TDE when you have Kendrick, SZA, Schoolboy Q, and J Rock. Those are a really
yeah.
strong four who've been on like
Hey.
Double XL, make big numbers, have made songs that hit Billboard. I feel like there's a lot more pressure than maybe a boss who has that creative expression and there is no type of scrutiny about it, you
Yeah.
know? Like J Rock is like, when is the next J Rock? When is the next oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking. Oh my god.
Schoolboy,
Long hair.
Absol,
Absol, I'm so
Absol.
sorry. Absol, yes,
Apparently, I
Absol, yeah.
saw on Twitter, Absol is the his streams have gone down
Mhm.
since 2020, and he released a new album, which is weird that
Yeah.
his streams would have gone down. It's not like they've obviously found some of the best rappers of our
Mhm.
generation. I'm not debating like that versus
Yeah.
Dreamville, but like creative wise, and
Yeah.
it
I
seems
agree.
like
No
all of them
excuse.
like hate the music
Mhm.
industry in TDE, and
Yeah.
SZA's complaining all the time, and
Facts.
absolutely like they seem to be complaining. Everyone in Dreamville, they got a festival. They
Yeah,
everyone
it's true.
seems happy. They did Revenge of the
Yeah.
Dreamers, showcase
Hey,
a
shout
bunch
out
of
to
new
Eve.
artists.
Shout out to Cole. They're doing it
Shout out to
right.
Eve, yeah.
Who,
Trying to
who
think
do you
of
think? Mhm. Who else? Yep.
more artists off the top of the head. I mean, Travis is only gonna get bigger. He's young.
Facts.
Like, who do you got anyone on top of your head that you?
Yeah. So of course you mentioned Travis. Travis is a big one. Of course, people can feel their way about Utopia, but I think he's going to be here to stay. But
Yeah,
the question is, how long will he be here? Jack Harlow is another big one. I
I
know that
like.
his recent album was low key, but that's because he didn't promote it. He dropped that out
Yeah,
quietly and he said, "I'm rapping for real."
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big Jack Harlow fan. Like, he gets a lot of hate. He's someone that I've watched so many interviews since high school, and he loves hip hop the same way. Like, I'm a white guy who loves
Mhm.
hip hop. and I think he gets unfair scrutiny. Like he didn't know who dude, I don't know any songs by Brandy,
I know,
and
I know,
like
I know. It's okay.
it's
But
like
you
that was
passed
unfair.
after that speech you gave not too long
Yeah,
ago. You
DJ
passed. You
Kool Herc.
passed, brother.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think Jack is great. I think he'll only get better. His personality is great. He just can't sing, so I think that can sometimes be
Yeah.
hard
His
to
singing was
be.
off on that album. The Come Home, The Kids Miss You. He was
And
trying to be like Drake. Yeah.
he usually picks really good beats.
Mhm,
And this last album where it's just rapping is good. The other ones weren't as great, but his first, like,
mhm.
Confetti, that album, and all of his other albums and his Come Up, really good beat choice, I think.
I heard rumors that the label was very influential on the type of sounds and whatnot
Probably.
mainstream like beats that he had to pick and sounds he had to pick. So I kind of want to lay off him a little bit because I know that boy's
Yeah.
talented. Lil Nas X, another big one. I mean, he's massive. I know he's been
Oh.
taking a break, like a year and
Yeah,
a half, too,
yeah,
but
I haven't heard about him, that's a good point. Yeah,
he's loading
he
up. Don't sleep.
he
He's
makes
a
great music
marketing
too.
expert,
He is a marketing expert. Yeah, he
dude. His
does make
trolling,
he's funny.
he's funny.
I like him. Yeah,
He is
he makes really good music, catchy music. I really like that song, his album,
dead right now.
yeah,
I
that
know
one.
you
That was
do.
like
You got good taste,
yeah.
man. You got some good taste,
Yeah,
bro.
I got
Yeah.
yeah, you know what it is. I'm trying to think of some other people because 'cause I'm thinking, like, independent artists
Mhm.
and smaller.
I don't know. It's
Hmm,
hard, bro. I think there's such a huge gap right now in music between the independent and mainstream artists that there isn't even a middle class of artists. I was listening to a podcast, of course, Trapital, shout out to him, and they're
yeah,
talking about how before even like artists who were independent and who weren't like mainstream artists, but they're middle class and they could make money and have a full time job as a musician. Now they can't. So it's so difficult nowadays. It's like
mhm,
even Marlon Craft. We always talk about Marlon Craft. If you don't know who Marlon
love
Craft
him.
is, he's a New York rapper, one of the best rappers out right now, period. But you just don't know him. He's an independent
Yeah,
artist, but he's just I don't know if it's I bet he could sign to a label, but I don't think that's what a label is looking for. Like we want to look for a white rapper. I feel like that's not what a label wants. They want maybe a TikTok star, this something, or you know.
yeah, and, I mean, he's honestly someone that, like, I think if he, like, went to a label and they were picking beats for him, like, he's good at singing,
Mhm.
he's, like, gotten better at singing,
Oh yeah,
I think he's amazing, but
facts.
he's
Road
on that
tripping, man. Come
underground.
on.
So, yeah, Road Trip, great song.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Road
You
Trippin',
know, we
Road
know.
Trippin'. You know
Dude,
my
shout out
road
to Marlon.
different.
He is so
Yeah,
good.
new album's great, but yo, he's making that, like, underground jazzy stuff, and he performs with a band, so he's a different type of guy, and,
Dude, it makes
like,
me
all
sick that he's not. He is one of the best rappers right now. I mean, top five.
yeah.
I'm serious.